Bhagwan Krishna talks about soul, Atma, in three different chapters of Bhagavad Gita. Chapter 2, chapter 9 and chapter 13. In chapter 2, he describes the salient features of soul. He says that the soul is imperishable. That is, it cannot be destroyed by any manner of means. It cannot be burned by the fire. It cannot be dampened by the moisture. It cannot be slain by the sword or by any means. Soul is immortal. Soul is eternal. It always remained and it will always remain. The soul is a very small part that resides in the body, in the living body. And it quits when the body is dead. And it then migrates to another body. The soul is unborn. Why did he say that he is unborn? Because anything born has to die one day, but soul never dies. It's a part of the supreme, super soul. And therefore, it is made of a very different kind of stuff. It is not a material stuff. You cannot compare it with a physical atom. It is made up of something different, spiritual stuff, divine element. And it is very small, it is smaller than the atom. Anu Atma, a very small piece compared to Vibhu Atma, which is the pervading soul. That soul resides within and outside the body, pervades the entire universe, and that is Paramatma, God. But Anu Atma, atomic soul, resides within the body. Then again Bhagavan says that the soul does not do anything in the body. It simply is there. It doesn't help you. It doesn't bother about what you are doing, what you are not. It is not concerned with your karma, vikarma or akarma, whether you are doing anything good or bad, or whether you are in distress. Soul does not do anything. It does not come to your help. And it remains quiet, simply watches your performance. But there is one attribute of soul which Bhagavan says that it sort of illuminates the entire body with consciousness, chetana. And if that light is not there, chetana or consciousness is not there. In a way, soul is like a power switch. If that is turned off, the consciousness will be gone and the life will be gone. So soul is simply watching phenomenon. It watches you. It doesn't help you, doesn't ask you not to do this or to do that. People say that my soul does not permit. In fact, it is the body which is doing karma, not the soul. Soul, of course, migrates when the body is gone, when the body is finished, dead. It migrates, moves to another soul. People in general say he's a good soul or a bad soul. It says in a different sense. Sometimes we mean soul as the entire being. Sometimes we mean the soul as the mind. According to Western philosophy, soul is the entire body. If you hear the discourses of many spiritual leaders, you will find that they often mention about you are a spiritual person. You are not a physical body, you are a soul. They talk to this extent. For example, Caroline Myss often talks about soul. And there are many other preachers who talk about soul. But they do not refer anything else to the soul. Some scientists have also talked about the nature of soul. They are looking for where soul is present. What does it look like? And they try to fix it where the soul is situated. Some say that soul is situated point within the point of eyebrow, that is in Agnya Chakra. Some say that the soul resides in the brain stem. Some people say that the soul is situated in the cerebrum, but again, where in cerebrum? So the question is that you have to pinpoint where the soul is in the body. Bhagavan says the soul resides in the heart. He is very clear about it. It is posited in the heart. But then you will ask me the question, where again in the heart? Because heart is, of course, a pumping organ. It is composed of two atria and two ventricles, left auricle, right auricle, and left ventricle and right ventricle. We know the function of each compartment of the brain. We also know about where the pacemaker is situated. It is situated in the high wall of the right atrium, and it sends electrical impulse. That impulse travels along the heart and squeezes the cardiac muscle, as a result of which the blood is pumped into the whole body. Every time a heart beats, that is in 0.8 second, one cardiac cycle is completed. So the pacemaker keeps on sending impulse, and as long as it sends the impulse, the heartbeat will continue. Is the soul in the pacemaker? It's very difficult to say anything about it, but my feeling is that the soul is hovering around, it remains around the pacemaker. It is like a super pacemaker, and therefore, if there is some problem with the pacemaker, artificial pacemaker is put, but to that artificial pacemaker, the super soul, that is soul, resides as a super pacemaker. But super pacemaker is made up of ethereal substance. It is a divine matter, divine substance. It is not a material thing. This is all about soul, I have to say. But before I finish, I would like to add that a few years back, scientists made a desperate attempt to find out where the soul remains in the body. And one of them said that the soul resides in the neuron. But again, where in the neuron? Because the neuron is composed of three parts: cyton, axon, and dendrite. Then somebody went on to say that the soul lies in the cytoskeleton of the neuron. But I'm not going to say anything about it, because my point was to simply tell you how and what Bhagavan Krishna has described in the Bhagavad Gita about the soul.